meant.
Tanggalin ko na yung cookies.
Hindi, iwan mo lang.
Tanggalin ko na lang after a while.
Sige.
After na
Are we
ito.
live? We are live.
Are we?
We are live.
Oh, we're
Offstage Hang, episode
99.
99. I like to introduce our guests. Daren, favorite band ko to. Growing up, they are the reason I formed the band. Growing up in the province, may mga friends kami na nag-college na and brought us cassettes of radio, recorded from the radio of your songs, from XB.
XB pa yun.
Yes.
My neighbor, you know that? XB just across the street from
I
me.
didn't know that. Hindi ko na inabot kasi it was 86. And then nag-college ako 88. So hindi ko inabot ng XB. But I'd like to introduce. May intro ka ba?
Meron naman.
Sige,
Meron
ikaw. Ako yun yung
Ano lang,
Drum roll, yung drummer.
ikaw na lang
may spiel si Darren eh. He does the intros, but I couldn't help it.
Ako naman, favorite ko lang rin na songs yung Harapin ng Liwanag as a fan, tsaka tulad ng dati. Tsaka parang formative rin sila sa, for me, being a musician. So, yun. So, formed in the late 80s, this iconic and timeless group has seamlessly woven its unique sound into the fabric of Filipino culture, captivating audiences with their powerful vocals, soul-stirring lyrics, and dynamic performances. Join us as we take a journey with Jett and JB of The Dawn.
The Dawn.
Max.
Welcome to Offstage. We are live for the first time.
Oo nga. Wow, it's an
Oo nga.
honor. It's an honor.
Tanggalin ko nga ito.
Ay, sorry.
But we are sponsored by
Oo nga, salamat
Placement
sa
dyan,
Likang
placement.
Harina.
Likhang Harina. We have coffee and cookies. Anyway, kumusta?
It's been a while since I got back here in your studio.
When was the last time?
Nung nag-jam tayo for a U2 tribute band.
What was that show? Sa 19 East ba yan? I think that's...
19 East Bow sa Giho.
Parang remember sa Giyo?
Yeah, we were known as the
think
Joshua 4.
We did it twice.
Twice ba?
I remember the 19 East set. And now, I just
Right.
remember the Sagiho set.
Right. So medyo nostalgic sa akin to be in this room doing something else now other than rehearsing with you. So
I gotta ask
Yeah.
JB, kasi when we rehearsed, when my band rehearsed, ano lang, we're very mellow. Nakaupo ka lang sa chair. The volume is very, very low. Nung nag-rehearse si Jett, yung paa niya nakataas na sa monitor, nakataas, nakataya.
Yeah, when we rehearse,
So intense.
we recreate the show.
Oo nga.
So,
Na-shock ako eh. Tapos sabi niya, lakasan mo pa yung drums.
That's how we rehearse. We simulate the show. So you can, if there are problems, it will have dapat mangyari sa rehearsal. Kasi hirap if you practice mellow, then pag rehearsal iba, it's kind of walang disconnect dun eh, di ba?
I think we've learned how to mellow out na rin sa rehearsals.
Yes.
Now that we're
through,
using
through
those
the years.
things,
Yes.
Medyo we've learned
Yes,
how to tame the volume.
We're using in-ears now.
Wow.
Because we saw you guys, man.
Yes. Kasalanan ng sandwich yun. Kaya napagastos kami sa in-ears because we saw them in 70s
70s.
bistro.
Still a learning process.
We were having a hell of a time without a lot of the overexertion. So sabi namin, okay, we had a meeting and then, nakita nyo yung gamit ng sandwich. Baka dapat gano'n na rin tayo. So, kind of late in the game, Rayms. Pero,
No, nobody's late. It's
Once we
relatively new.
Oo,
Once
once we started using it,
it is new.
grabe, the mileage,
It took us a year to adjust.
Ayun, we're still adjusting.
Everybody,
there you go. Thank you for saying
It
that.
took us a year. Parang there's a
Kala ko
point.
parang sa inyo instant eh.
No, there's a point where you want to give up. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then somehow it will click and then everything sounds right. And then you're not as tired as or fatigued.
Well, we hear everything.
You hear
That's
everything,
a change already. Because before we do not eh. Parang,
Not in all the venues, diba?
Yes,
Parang
yes,
there are
yes,
venues
yes.
na parang, what did I just do? Play. You just like going autopilot.
Well, back to your question, I want to add something.
Okay.
May baka to pick the curiosity of the people. Simulating live, pati yung drinks ko. If I'm drinking beer rehearsal, beer live. Hindi pwedeng kape rehearsal, tapos live beer.
Not a good example for the children.
It's a mind.
Pero tama yata.
I don't remember who called who. If I called Teddy or Teddy called me, hindi ko na maalala. I'm sure my cousin gave Teddy my number. And then when she got to me, I met someone. You got to meet these guys. So I got his number. I don't remember who called who. So eventually we hooked up. I went to his house. Parang ganito, may drum set. Back then, when you attend a jam, hindi lang sa jam, there are lots of alcohol involved, lots of other whatever, man. I was expecting that, diba? Because that's the way it was done before, man. Unlike today, hindi na diba? Which is good. So there I was. So here comes Tez. Pasok siya. Sabi ko, na, it's gonna happen. Give music sheets. The songs were written.
Oh yeah, he was music student.
Yeah. Oh man, this is something new, right? So good thing. Well, my first instrument was piano, so I could navigate the notes. Hindi naman lahat ng drum parts.
Yes.
Just a form. How many bars yung
Was
verse?
it covers or real songs already?
Dreams, which was Ice Cream Sunday sa before. That's the title before, with a girl singing. Tas nawala ko na yata yung.
Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. It used to be called Ice Cream Sunday. I actually saw the lyrics, but that's for much later. Go
So
ahead.
when Martin Galan came in, we have to change the lyrics.
Martin's the manager. Okay.
Yeah.
So yun, so he liked my play because I survived the sheet music, di ba? Gulat siya, siguro expecting na the song will collapse. So nabuo namin, and then we played Envelope. Those two I remember.
Kikilabutan ako.
Naka-sheet. I think natago ko. He made me bring home the sheet, pero nawala ko na yata eh. That would have been a nice souvenir, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wala na eh. Sayang. So it was me and Ted's, and his brother was playing bass, si Carl Diaz. Then that mga 1 or 2 rehearsals in his house, then I told, hey Ted's, you gotta see my setup in my house. I have a bigger drum kit.
The same one, your garage.
No, it was hindi pa sa garage.
In your living room.
The house in the middle was my grandparents' house. It was very, very old, 1905, antique. It was run down. It was supposed to be torn down. Nandun yung music room kasi it was sa bodega. I showed him, I had a Yamaha with the concert toms, single headers. He saw it. Isang dosena ng concert toms yun eh. Tikit lang, di ba? So then he said, okay, from this moment on, we're rehearsing here. So that's when we moved there. Then Carl, the brother, left. Pasok si Clay Luna, his parang schoolmate in women's.
Yeah.
Clay Luna playing bass. And Clay Luna made it to our first few shows, 1986 to. Yung formal start namin was with Clay Luna pa. Then he left for
It
the
was
States.
called the Dawn already.
Then this guy came in.
Yep. You skipped that
So
part.
the first few gigs, it was Teddy singing. Martin Galan came in. He told Teddy, we had a few gigs with him singing, mga Malate bars. I don't remember which bars. He told Teddy straight in his face, Teds, you can't sing, man. We have to look for a singer. Iba yung style niya, parang very, very, very new wave. He wouldn't sing the same song the same way twice. Iba. Yung envelope niya, laging iba. It's hard to explain, but it's something you have to hear.
I actually heard
Ayun.
Teddy sing.
Iba, di ba?
No, I heard him on tape.
Inte.
Nung sumali na ako sa banda, cause Clay was a good friend was the brother of my good friend in school. So anyway, to cut a long
You're
story
both
short.
LaSalle.
We're all Lasal.
You're all LaSalle
Except
for
Teddy.
Except
Teddy
Teddy.
was
Ateneo.
Atenean. Oh. So
No, Teddy was
Nag-women siya.
women's for music, right?
for music,
Okay.
yes, but high school and I guess before that Ateneo. So anyway, I in one rehearsal there was a tape that was presented to me by Clay. Wala lang, siguro parang nahanap lang niya. Sabi niya, pakinggan mo to si Teddy kumakanta. It was a live gig. I think it was Zigzag or something,
Ayun.
the name of the place. And he was singing as Living Seed. I don't know if it's one of the songs in our first album. And he actually sounded
the
very...
living seed.
He sang it like a drunk singer of Sisters of Mercy. Parang ganon.
Yes.
Very low.
Lots of attitude. It's
Very low, and he was just modulating all over the place. Parang, in a way, he was winging it eh. Parang,
Tama yung description mo, Jett. That's
You
the
know.
way he sang.
Yeah.
It's hirap i-explain pa paano.
iba talaga yung...
Iba.
Iba siya. So, anyway, to continue the
Sino ba
story.
nauna? Kaloyat. No, you.
No, me.
Tama,
me.
oh.
So they needed a
Yung-
singer.
Martin Galan
yeah.
and Teddy, yung ano nila was to their goal was to look for a female singer. Female singer.
Why female?
I don't know. Yun yung parang uso dati, 'di ba? Dapat yung singer nyo, I don't know, it's an 80s thing. I don't know.
Who were the bands na...
That took a while, a process of auditioning female singers. I don't know how long that took, like parang forever. This guy shows up because he was helping a female singer.
Help me.
Coaching.
I
Kino-coach niya.
Ano yun? Moral support lang.
Yun. There you go. That's what it's called today. Moral support.
May narinig akong story from Noel Garcia, the late Noel Garcia. He used to play keyboards for us. Sabi niya,
Yeah.
at one point, he was singing for the Dawn. I don't know if that's true.
He probably was.
He was in another band. I forgot. Puro babae din yung band members niya at the time.
Because Teddy also had other bands before the Dawn.
Okay.
I forget the names. It'll come back to me probably later on. Pero he formed bands. There was actually a time when he was bandmates with Kaloy
Yes.
before the Dawn.
Yes.
Kaloy is well, for those who know the Dawn well, he was our longtime bassist, for 8 years.
Was
So-
he also from LaSalle?
Kaloy is from LaSalle, and he was actually a member of this band called Cicada. Where Randy Santiago,
Randy,
yeah,
yes.
was
Randy
the
Cicada?
yeah. So they're good friends. They know each other well kasi nag-jam sila. So Kaloy was a member of Cicada with Randy Santiago, and this all happened before the Dawn. But anyway, taking off from where JB left, I became the singer afterwards.
Was there an audition?
There was an audition, and I remember the song.
The time he was there.
The song was
time we
Don't
got
You Forget About Me by Simple
Simple
Minds.
Minds.
So sabi ko, alam mo yung kanta. But then Teddy wanted something different. Sabi niya, rock version. So sabi ko, may ira-rock pa ba to? I mean,
Meron ako sa hey!
so yun pala, they dabbled in keyboards eh. They had songs that were keyboard-based like Envelope Ideas, ganyan, and whatnot. But when they gave me that audition piece, it was basically all guitars. Jang, jang, ganun. And I never heard the song that way. Kasi, unang-una, I never really saw a lot of bands. I was in school, and yung alam ko lang version yun.
And he was very young.
I was 17.
Yeah.
So, Teddy, when I entered the room, there was this guy. Of all the people that I thought was living the rock and roll life, it was Ted. Kasi
The look.
haba yung buhok, kupas na t-shirt na itim, kupas na maong, and then there was a bottle of Tanduay on his amp. Yung pala hindi sa kanya yun. It was Clay's. Pinakatong nandun. So, later on, I discovered he had no vices. He didn't smoke, didn't drink, but he liked it loud and fast. No, so yung audition piece ko, going back, yung Don't You Forget About Me ng Simple Minds, it was that. It was louder and faster. So, sabi ko, paano ko gagawin to? I had no singing experience professionally. Di na ako na sa attitude, I tried to sing on top of all that loudness. Because it was a loud room, I remember that. Ang ingay.
Small room.
Everyone was
This
just, amped up, I mean. So sabi ko, kailangan daigin ko to. I have to sing over this. And then they made me listen to this demo. Sabi na, yung brother ni Clay, na friend ko, sabi niya, pakinggan mo to, Jett. Envelope Ideas yung title. And true enough, it was a girl singing. So,
Tina,
You
that's
should
right.
release
Tina
that
Finessa
online.
was a writer. So when I heard the song, sabi ko, what do they need before? Because it sounded fine. Nababae yung kumakanta. I mean, I don't know. You can picture it in your head,
I
maybe.
can't.
Diba? So, but anyway, to cut the long story short, again, they got me. They decided to get me. And then that's how the four-man team came to be. So it was
Yes.
Junboy, Teddy,
Clay.
Luna, and me. Yun ang kwento nun.
And then how long were you guys, how long bago pumutok yung, kasi I think you submitted demo sa nung Envelope ID?
Yes.
Ideas.
So you re-recorded the demo.
We recorded the song in Pedero Music.
Pedero.
Mike Pedero?
It's kind of near my house. Along
Mike
with
Pedero.
Is that Mike Pedero?
He had a studio.
I don't, with one of the
Kasi
Pederos.
He had a studio, and it was a small room. I remember you have to climb up a few flights of stairs. And yun. So the first demo was recorded with Clay Luna on bass.
When did Kaloy join?
So that tape, I don't know, made its way to XB102.
That was
Okay,
played on XB.
Did it have the I never heard the demo. Did it have the intro, the
I don't remember.
You know what? That's a good question. I think yes. I think
whose idea was to put that?
Teddy, the classmate kasi, opera singer.
si Pablo Molina. That's his voice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we
So I
recorded
think
Pablo.
the demo,
Yeah.
I think andun na siya.
That's the demo. Yeah.
I think he was there.
Because I
and-
heard the XB
yeah.
version, so that was probably the demo pa rin.
Yeah.
How different was the demo from? Because I'm really familiar with the album version.
I actually like the demo better kasi
Talaga?
mas
Mas raw.
mas gitara eh. Because when it became the studio version with Kaloy, medyo dominant yung keyboards. Yung tananananananananana.
So the live version now is
They
closer to the
wanted
demo.
a new wave-ish.
Bob Guzman, the producer.
They wanted a new wave-ish take on it. Kasi uso yung new wave eh.
Yeah.
So they wanted that. And sa kanila, pag sinabing new wave, it translates to sila marinig yung keyboard.
yeah.
No? But the demo version was the one I preferred. That's how I remember Envelope Ideas. It's really, that line was supposed to be guitar talaga. Ta-na-na-na-na-na-na. So, you know.
And that's how you do it live now. Diba?
That's how we do it
More-
live.
Yes.
And I remember pa, he mentioned Bob Guzman, the producer. I remember Boss Bob pa saying, ganda nito, parang Metro ng Berlin.
Running on the metro.
Tatatatatata. May ganun din yun di ba? So, I guess that was their peg. So, wala naman kaming alam sa studio nung araw. You know, we were just basically playing our instruments and let the engineers handle everything and Boss Bob. So, that's how it turned out.
How was your first time in the studio? How did it feel? You were kids,
Wow.
diba? You were.
I didn't know anything.
Yeah, lahat kami. We pretended to know.
I didn't know shit,
Everything
man.
was new. They attempted to trigger the drums with a Lin drum. So
JB, you have to
I don't know if
explain
I
to
should share
the...
this. I'll share it.
You have to explain to the kids what a Lin drum is.
So,
What's a Lin drum?
kasi today's drum machines ang gaganda na no.
No, what's a Lin drum?
It's a box of plastic.
Okay,
It's
that's
a
it.
drum machine.
But it's the Prince drum machine.
Dati sa
That's
Invida
the purple
yata.
Tsaka
rain
si
drum machine.
Roger Lin gumawa
Roger
ng
Lin,
MPC.
ng Akay, the MPC.
Yeah, siya rin gumawa ng MPC.
So we had problems with it. Sige, I'll share it. So yung trigger dapat kick muna. Anything I do on the toms, magti-trigger din yung kick.
I was double triggering. you couldn't set
so
you couldn't, back in the day, you
If
couldn't.
you listen to
Yung
the
mid- yung
original,
channel.
that happened in one song, then the rest, naayos na yung we just lowered the levels. Para yung madinig lang yung kick. So, Dreams, if you listen to the original Dreams, if I do a drum roll, it's all kick. Hindi yung mara because you're lost in the song, right? But now that I told you, if you check it out, all the rolls are double kick lahat yun. Kick lahat. Kick.
I gotta listen again.
See, hindi mo mahalata.
Hindi na,
Until I
puro
tell you.
reverb naman diba?
Yes. So, all the toms in Dreams, it will trigger the kick.
It sounded so different and alien from anything OPM when you guys released it. How did it feel? Parang, kasi nung narinig na, parang, what is this sound, diba?
Well,
it was the 80s. Diba?
We may not have... we might not have known much about studio work, but we knew how the songs should sound. So when the album came out, ako personally, there was a lot to be desired kasi hindi kami ganun live eh. So hindi namin alam na okay, a studio setting will change things. You know, and yun na nga, we didn't know a lot about technology back then in terms of audio recording. But, you know, it's also a trip to listen to it in a different, in a different mix. Kumbaga. And personally, as a singer, I was new, you know. I had no prior experience with any band except the Dawn. And then you throw me into the studio, iba rin. So the dynamics of recording with a vocal microphone in the studio is different.
Hindi mo hawak, hindi mo, there's no
and,
audience.
and the way you control your vocals, you know, is also different because yun nga, hindi mo hawak eh. Kesa yung live, you know, you can do things with a microphone that will suit you best. So yeah, I had a difficult time. Very difficult time recording. The first album especially. Pero
super kabado. Nervous.
but if there's one thing, pwede palang ganun kalinis yung naririnig ko. Because pag nagre-rehearse kami, everything's just when we play live, it's all you know.
But now you have in-ears.
That's all I heard, man.
You can hear it clearly now.
And then you bring us to cinema audio with those swanky earphones, biglang headphones pala.
Cinema audio.
Wow, I could hear the cymbal crash here. There, parang, you know.
You played a lot of I guess you pioneered the underground scene back in the day.
No, we didn't. Rayms.
Who
Nung panahon
started
namin, there was already an underground scene.
Yeah, but who were playing in that scene before you? Cause
May Katrina's na nun eh.
You had
Katrina's
bands
na.
like
So
Betrayed.
but the Katrina's had the punk scene,
Yeah.
but the new wave scene was new.
Well, yeah, I guess siguro if ever we were first in anything, not by much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because as much as
Nauna pala yung Katrinas.
as much as we immersed ourselves in the scene, we also had our own thing going. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
When the Dawn was new, uso pa yung mga house parties.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
You actually play the person's actual house.
How did that happen back in the day?
Connections lang.
So it was somebody's party?
Somebody's party.
And then there was names. I could see it in magazines. Parang may
And then-
social distortion.
Yun,
Parang
there you
ganon.
go.
diba?
That's what to say. May
So-
mobile group eh.
Diba, may
Very
mga
active
ganong-
social distortion.
mobiles were
Yeah.
like also
They were king.
They were gods
yes.
then also.
Mobile sound systems.
So concurrent to that, you know, that private scene, if you will, there was also that underground scene that you were speaking of, no?
so sabay yun.
Almost sabay kasi you know, when the Dawn became known, so were bands like Identity Crisis, Mere Mercy, you know, all these names were already up. Violent Playground, you know, may mga ganung pangalan na eh. There was in fact a scene, but were we first? Not sure. Maybe not, no. Pero we were one of the early ones.
Kasi I'm going out and watching the current scene of indie bands in some of the scenes. And I get so excited kasi nakabihis ulit.
Oh.
Like there are scenes na parang,
talaga?
it's a goth party in Quezon City. Alam mo yun, with lights and smoke and makeup and dancing and ang init eh. Hindi, 'di ba? Parang naalala ko noon sa pictures mo, naka-trench coat yung mga tao, naka-eyeliner. Parang may ganun din ngayon. Ganun din ba noon? Like with the other bands, they all dressed
Oh yeah.
up.
Yeah. Everyone's hair was up to there. You know? Really heavy eyeliner But the interesting thing with the Dawn, at least the way I know it, in the early days, it was Teddy who liked to play dress up. As in, he had a mix of goth and kabuki.
Kabuki, yeah.
You know, they had a parlor called Lily of the Valley. So,
They had a parlor?
Yeah,
Wow.
the family had a parlor.
Oh.
We would be there half the day preparing. Si Teddy matagal.
Inaayos na yung buhok,
Galing,
gano'n.
galing.
We had to
So
play catch up.
yeah.
We have to
Hindi kami ganun
kind
eh.
of look like him.
Hindi kami ganun eh. I definitely didn't dress like that. But Teddy
Wow.
wanted that look.
Who
a lot of people thought
who
na-
started the photo shoot na no looking at the camera? Because you were the first. From
No, that just happened.
nobody's
no
bigla na lang,
looking at
hey,
the
nobody's
camera.
looking at the camera. So lahat ng high school pictures namin
Yeah,
wala
yeah,
natin
yeah.
sa
No, I'm
camera.
sure somebody told us. But, you know,
Angas
somebody
yun, ah.
told us.
Diba? Lahat
Angas
like,
yun, ah.
everybody my age, lahat ng
Angas
picture
yun.
walang nakatingin sa camera. Dadon kayo eh, dadon. When that cover in
Di lang
what's that
yun,
magazine?
tsaka
What's that
ano,
magazine? Score.
Di
When
lang yun.
Score came out, like nobody, bawal na
Tsaka
tumingin
walang
sa
ngingiti.
camera. Wala, no
Walang
smiling.
ngiti.
No smiling.
I remember Martin Galan, our manager, would actually get quite annoyed if I smiled.
But you smile now. I see your Instagram. You smile now. You smile
I'm
now.
learning new facial muscles. But yeah, but back then, I don't know why, but I think it had to do something also with the eksena eh. Iba yung eksena, brooding nun eh, not anger or anything, it's just, I don't know, detachment or something, and I guess ginamit din namin yun in a certain way to, deliver, I don't know what you call it, the image of the band,
Tell us about the big shows. I was in a few of them. The Storm shows. First, I watched it on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, in '88, we lost Teddy, and so I really never met Teddy. The first,
okay.
I never met Teddy. It's like the first show I was gonna see of yours live was the folk arts one.
The tribute.
When Teddy died.
That's '88.
Yeah.
I was a freshman. I was finally in Manila. I had a ticket.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't believe it. And then I saw it, and it's one of the greatest show ever because you had 3 guitar players. There was
Kiko was there.
si Kiko, si Resty, and si Dave. Resty of Identity Crisis.
Yeah. David
Kiko was,
Lava.
of course, After Image at the time.
Yeah.
And then Dave Lava.
Yeah.
And it was like 3 different monsters
Yeah.
playing your songs, and it was emotional.
Very,
And
very
I'm still
emotional.
getting emotional. So how did it start yung mga ultra the Storm series?
Well, I guess this big beer brand picked up the scene. Eh.
San Miguel, yeah.
San Miguel, no, and they probably thought that this would be a good time to market their product at the scene that was going on.
Mix
at
pa
the
yun.
time.
May Rage, kami yung New Wave. Then
Parang-
get mga show band types, di ba? Parang-
Nakikita nila yung what do you call this, the value of bands already at the time, which was kind of ahead of the record label curve. Kasi dati yung mga record labels takot pa rin sa banda eh. So we were one of the lucky ones that actually got a deal. But these marketing people from these brands like San Miguel, naamoy na nila eh.
Whose
There's a
idea was
scene.
it to put that kind of show?
Wow.
Was it before, una ba yung concert at the park?
Yes.
Nauna yun.
Nauna yun, no? I saw that on TV.
Yes.
Ano yan.
And then later yung the big shows.
Yeah. So I guess their marketing team at the time,
They figured it out.
they figured it out. Kasi they probably went around bars and venues and could see, the audience.
What was the
would be
first one?
drinking their
Araneta?
product.
Was it
Ultra.
Araneta?
Ultra.
Ultra. So
Ultra
Ultra
Storm.
Storm was the first.
Yeah.
It was you, Rage, and another band.
Identity Crisis?
Identity
Was it?
Crisis.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw that on TV.
Yeah.
Bawal na yun eh kasi kailangan tulog ka na, estudyante ka eh.
Oh.
But that was like 9 o'clock and I was like sneaking out. And then Teddy came out with a bow.
With a bow, yeah.
Like whose idea was that to
Yun
do the
yung
Jimmy Page bow in his solo? Di ba parang
I
in
remember.
kabuki makeup. He was in kabuki makeup.
I remember
Kaya
that
pala,
gig.
white yung, nakita ko lang sa internet, white yung mukha niya. Tas,
That's my most memorable Storm gig kasi doon ako takot eh. Not kabado or anything, takot because my God, all of a sudden we're in a stadium.
It's televised. It's televised.
Parang you could hear from the dugout, you could hear the throng outside, doon sa stadium area, and you're like, paano kung batuhin tayo dyan o ibu tayo dyan? I really didn't think na, I didn't know how we will be accepted. Hindi ko alam eh. Because I knew Envelope Ideas.
But it was your audience. It was
Yeah,
Well,
pero
it turned out that way, but we didn't know.
meron pa din eh. Meron pa
Yeah.
din eh. And
Especially
then
the first.
and then they came out setting up and everything, and people were already screaming. Screaming for joy ba to o ano, hindi ko alam. Because I was last to come up, no?
I remember that. I had to stop. I was setting up the drums.
Yeah.
Nag-cheer eh. I had to stop. I walked down the may walkway yun eh. Just to relish the energy.
Yeah. And then I went up, and then wala na. It was just loud voices from everybody, from start to finish.
how many songs did you play? It was 3 sets eh. I guess it was Identity and then Rage.
8 songs.
8 songs. It was a short set.
Oh,
ano?
kasi tatlo kami. So we can't really do any longer than that. So yeah, that's when I really felt na okay, we've made some We've made some progress here, guys.
I was in one of the shows. I don't remember which one. One of the Storm shows. Tapos nabutas yung bass drum.
That's a live album.
That was the
live.
live album.
Oh.
And then I was like,
Nabutas.
the band stopped. The band stopped.
Yeah,
Sabi ni
we had
Jett.
to transfer.
Sabi ni Jett, Martin, butas yung kick drum.
Yeah.
Then you had to play, which I loved. I love to this day. You say, okay, let the crew fix the drum kit.
Yeah.
Nagpiano ka.
I don't remember that.
You just you sat on the piano and just sang like 8 or 10 new wave songs with Jett off the
really?
top of your head. They had to change the kick drum.
Hindi
They-
ko malala
I guess
yan,
walang
man.
backup. Baka bumili pa sila ng... No, nobody carried backup. Diba?
It's transferring the mics kasi they brought the whole recording studio there. It's not like they just bring a laptop.
That's true.
And it's very technical to transfer the drum
That's
kit.
true. They had... It
So
was
yung
on
linya nila,
tape.
the lines.
Tama.
Yung splitters nyo, di ba?
Oh my
So the
God.
drums okay kasi there's 3 drum sets on stage. I transferred to one side. I don't remember. I think the right or the left, whichever.
But before that, you played ano pa eh.
Di ko na
Yun nga,
maalala.
parang just... And I loved it. Parang, you didn't want the audience to wait. This is great. And everybody was singing along because it was new wave covers. It was, I think you did Melt With You and some other...
So just
songs.
to share, we had a set of lights on stage. Pag nag-red yun, they're changing reels. We cannot play the next song. We have to wait.
So wala, you magsispill ka.
Oh, that happened to si Sushi pa nagigitara nun. He did an intro. Hindi ako pumasok. He was galit sa akin after. Hey, what took you so long? Freaking the red light, man.
Real pa nun eh.
Oh, real.
Yeah, it's actual tape,
So,
kids.
dude, major operation to record live. They brought the whole recording studio
Yeah.
there, one of the dugouts.
Whose idea was it to have Noel and have him wear a mask? Because nobody knew. I didn't know at the time.
I think that
who
was-
is this mask?
that
Parang
was,
bucket head, no?
Oh.
That was Martin Galan's idea.
Management na yun.
Who got Noel? Because Noel was from Hype.
He auditioned.
Oh, he auditioned.
Very few. We invited a few guitar
who-
players.
sino
We didn't,
pa?
even, we didn't even
Yes,
call it an
we-
audition eh. We called it an invitation. So Noel was one of them. And then we were floored. I mean, grabe siya. Sobrang galing niya. I mean, you know,
Noel Mendez.
Noel Mendez, no?
Played Pride, parang album. Oh my God.
But and then nag-meeting kami. Tapos parang sabi ni Martin, okay, are we getting him? And we weren't sure then. Kasi may plano din siya eh, si Noel eh. I had time to talk with him. One rehearsal. Yung kami lang nag-usap, casually. And I could sense from him na hindi pa siya din sigurado if this is what he wanted to do.
Was
to
there
join
still
this
Hype
band.
at the time? His band?
Wala.
Hype?
I think
Wala na.
this was before Hype eh.
This is...
No,
Yeah,
so
before, tama.
Okay.
I think in the end it was Martin, our manager, who decided, hey, let's do something cool since we're still unsure. Ba't di siya mag-mask kaya? You know, parang Zorro. You know? So
That's
that's
the
why people
okay.
to this day refer to him as the Zorro guy. You know, and he did like 2 or 3 gigs. One was Big Bang sa Alabang, I remember that, open air. And then another big gig. And then, yun nga, true enough, didn't pull through after that. So we had to move on.
How'd you find Sushi?
Sushi also was auditioned. Yeah.
Where'd he come from? He
we
had
s-
a glam
He was in
rock
folk
band.
acts, yes.
He had,
We saw him in a
Backstage.
We saw him in a gig eh. Sa roof deck for 99 FM. Not RT may 99 station pa nun eh. And it was a weird collection of bands kasi there was us, there was IOV.
Intoxication of Violence.
Yes, and then there was a Sushi Matsuura. At that time boy pa si Teds.
Yes, yes.
Because we played eh. And he was this parang Ingwe Malmsteen you know, wearing white boots and you know
Suit.
a suit and all that. And I guess that was a foreboding of things to come. So, when we were looking for a guitar player after Noel, naalala namin siya. And he had an album called Project 1890.
Parang glam metal album yun, di
No,
ba?
actually more European.
European.
Parang Ingwe style talaga. Yung
Okay.
fast, you know, fast shredding and all that.
Did you ever record with Sushi? You did, no?
Yeah, 2
Beyond
albums.
the Band?
Beyond the Band and the live album Hallows Eve. Yeah. The Hallows Eve concert. Yun. So, we invited him. And then we decided to get him. You know, baka he might offer something new, that flavor of guitar playing that he did at the time.
How would you say na nag-change nung like yung songwriting nyo before nung nandun pa si Teddy and after? How would you say nagbago siya and yung kumbaga songwriting process?
Well, that's a good question because Teddy really was a spearhead. I mean, the Dawn was his idea. You know, like JB said, diba? He was the one who put it together, basically, with Junboy. Songwriting-wise, I think it was Teddy who kind of implied to everyone that everyone should write songs. From the beginning, you know.
Galing.
Angas
Of course, nung first album, he wrote the music to most of it. But I remember he came up to me one day and said, "You should write too."
He said that to me.
And I was like, "Hey, I'm the new guy. I just want to sing." You know? No, write something, contribute. You know, and that's how I came up with a song with Junboy called "Give Me the Night." Tayo ba yun?
Yes.
Yeah, yun.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
So we co-wrote. That was my first foray into songwriting, lyrics at least, and vocal melody because of Teddy.
Because of Ted's. My first was Behind Shadows.
Behind Shadows, yan.
He was very insistent na all of us would write songs. So I just showed him stuff on piano. He mixed up some of the chords and naging Behind.
Yeah. So when Teddy passed on, that kind of thinking.
Na-instill na yung system eh.
Oo.
Parang we had a system going on already. Iba lang yung nagigitara. So
Yeah.
we just followed that system. We would share ideas, riffs, and then it will bear fruit.
Yeah.
When did Kiko come in? Francis Reyes.
Kiko, okay,
After
after
Sushi,
Sushi. After Sushi.
What is that? 90s na ba to?
There's a bit of a changing of the guard there. Kasi when Sushi was our guitar player, there was a time naging roadie ni Kiko si Sushi. Naging roadie ni Sushi
Si
si
Kiko.
Kiko. Kiko was a roadie.
Yes.
But Kiko was in After Image.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there was a time then, it was the time rather, that After Image and The Dawn was managed by Martin Galan.
Okay.
Both
Before
bands.
Sabrina.
Yeah. Briefly, naging talent din ni Martin ng After Image. So, I guess in his free time, Kiko would, come with us to gigs and tours as Sushi's roadie, guitar roadie. And
Sushi had the latest gear. He was the first wireless person
Yeah,
I've
he
ever
had-
seen. Diba?
Yung niya when the first time he showed up, he had a refrigerator rack.
Oh, yeah.
We're all impressed. Diba? Okay, you're the guy, man.
Refrigerator racks.
Wireless pa siya. A lot of new stuff.
we called it Godzilla.
Yeah.
Well, he called it Godzilla. Kasi may antenna, may ganun pa yan. Sabi ko.
Wireless, yeah.
And he had parang may Knight Rider eyes na gumagano.
That's a tuner. Yeah.
Tuner pala yun, no?
And then,
Eventually,
tapos
parang-
how did yung transition?
Well, Sushi had to go, no, after 2 albums. And then I think that was a time that bandless na si Kiko nun. Wala siyang banda. But we've already been considering Francis, but it was never our thing to pirate members eh. Kung may banda yan, di ba? Hands off. Diba? Parang shota, di ba? Oy, nagkantingin ka na lang. But, so ganun din yung mentality namin. But, there was a moment in time na walang banda si Francis. So, yeah, that happened. So, nakuha namin si Kiko. That was already 1990.
90 pa, Kiko? Yeah.
90 or 91, yeah. So, yung Isang Bangka and all those songs, si Kiko na yun.
Kamusta naman yun, yung writing with him in the studio? Kasi iconic rin yung Isang Bangka na, I mean, the song.
Well, Isang Bangka, we didn't write it, actually.
Okay.
It's one of the few songs we did not write. It was used again by the beer brand, no? San Miguel. And then Kiko eventually got into the fold of songwriting and arranging. I think when we were doing Hearts Thunder already sa Audio Captain. Yeah. Kiko was very hesitant at first to write more stuff. No, because he just wanted to focus on playing guitar. Kasi kahit nakailang gitarista na kami before Kiko, he still ran into the pressure of audience members shouting, Teddy, may gumagano'n pa rin. In fact, Kiko would vomit every show during the early days.
For
Oh,
several
Before
I
a
never
show,
realized that.
For several years.
he
The
would
pressure
go,
that Teddy.
Grabe.
yeah, he would
Not
go,
his fault nor Teddy's.
yeah, until he won that over, So, but eventually he got into the vibe of songwriting. Like Salim Pusa, he wrote that entirely.
I have a good story connected to that. I think it was probably 2002. I bumped into Kiko
Yeah.
in NU because he was a DJ. Sabi, hey Kiko, ba't parang malungkot ka? Sabi niya, our bass player left. I think at the time it was already si Mon na. I think it was Mon. Mon replaced Kaloy, diba?
Yeah.
And then Mon was traveling to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Hong Kong.
Sabi niya, I got good news for you. The head's disbanded, but he's not doing anything.
Kaya naging si Buddy.
So he called Buddy. Like, oh, let me give him a call. And next week, Buddy had a gig. It's like, oh, buti ka pa, Buds, may gig ka na. So he's Buddy for a while then, di ba?
No, for a long, a mighty 10 years, man.
That was 10 years.
That's 10 years.
What did Buddy bring to the Dawn?
A lot.
A lot of
Songs.
songs, arrangements. There was a time actually, madaming kanta or demos. He was the captain of the ship. Really, we were just following his lead. Kasi ang dami niyang fresh ideas. And sometimes it's great to have a band member like that it just breaks your, I don't know what you call it, paradigms or your routines as a songwriting.
Your habits.
Your habits, and then in comes this guy who has these ideas that may not be groundbreaking, pero iba. Iba sa ginagawa namin. No? And so, yeah, he had all those contributions.
When did Sancho come in?
Sancho came in when Buddy was still the bassist.
Okay.
In fact, it was
2000
Buddy.
and
Kenneth
what?
muna yun eh.
Si Kenneth.
Yeah,
Ilagan.
Kenneth muna.
Kenneth muna. Then,
Oo.
So Francis left and then it was Kenneth.
yes.
It was Kenneth.
Hindi sabay si Francis and Kenneth.
No.
Okay.
No.
Then Kenneth left.
I think that's when Sancho came in.
Si Buddy sent me a demo of Sancho playing I Stand With You.
Oh. Sancho used to play with Cynthia Alexander.
And I was floored. Kasi wala pa ako narinig na any sound clip of I Stand With You na hindi si Teddy yung tumutugtog or hindi kami. Or it was Sancho. And I knew Sancho from before. We were...
He was labeled in Octo Arts,
Office
right?
mates kami sa Viva.
Viva.
Nung 90s.
But he wasn't in Octo Arts. Viva lang, tama. Yeah,
Viva
from
and then BMG.
Oh yeah, you work in Viva.
I did. Yeah. I was label manager and Sancho was my A&R. So, anyway, pinakinig sa akin ni Bud. Sabi ko, uy, hanep ah. This guy invested. He took the time. And I didn't even know if he was doing that to audition. Sinabi lang ni Buds, pakinggan mo to, Jett. Yun lang sinabi niya. And then, to jump into the obvious, kinuha namin si Sancho.
So you got Sancho, and then eventually, si Francis returned, and now you have double.
We have two.
Two guitar. How's the dynamic? Who plays what? Di ba ba?
Rhythm si Sancho.
Okay.
Yeah. Most leads.
Ganyan lang sila sa ensayo, ganyan. Yeah, it still happens to this day. But yeah, they ilang taon na rin, di ba? It's been a while that they've been playing together. So, gamay na nila eh.
Yeah, they have a dynamic already. The teamwork.
And it's hard when you have two guitar players who have also these, who share the same creative leanings eh. Like, mahilig din sa effects pareho, they like the same stuff, basically. So, I leave it to them to divide the work. Diba?
Last December, I saw a few shows that Kurt Floresca
Kurt, yeah.
Moig. He played drums.
Yeah.
Where were you?
The last show, December?
December. I saw a
Okay.
couple of shows na si Kurt.
I have 2 kids. The only common vacation time they have is December.
Okay.
So we went to Japan.
Okay.
I just got back. So thank God for Kurt. May sub.
Yeah.
Si Mon palagi niya rin kinuha like the first time dati as bassist and then dumating si Buddy and then after Buddy left you got him again.
Yeah,
diba?
because
So yun nga, ano yung what did Mon bring to the table na
It's Mon Legaspi of Wolfgang.
Wolfgang, yes.
may he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace.
Ano yun eh? Ang ganda ng timing eh. Kasi, whenever we get Mon, yun yung time na wala siyang banda. So, the first time we got him, disband yung Wolfgang. Because again, we will not get bandmates from existing bands, right? So, we're lucky enough, we got Mon. And then Mon decided to try his luck in Hong Kong. Para maiba naman, he played in a show band, right? In Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Sakto, walang banda si Buddy naman. So he got Buddy, and then after 10 years, Buddy left. But at the time that Buddy was our bassist, bumalik yung Wolfgang. They were
For the Tanduay tour.
Yes,
Yeah, they were
Tanduay tour.
headlining shows again,
yes,
di ba?
Yes.
Nung nawala si Buds, nag-disband ulit yung Wolfgang. So we got one back. Yeah. And then he passed away. Now we have Bimbo.
Bimbo, who used to play for True Faith.
True Faith, yeah. Bimbo Yanse, yeah.
I think it's time to answer questions. Daren, ikaw mauna.
May
From-
questions ba?
tingnan natin sa-
Actual questions.
May ano to from the audience. It's the first time we're doing it because
Tingnan ko
we're
sa-
live. Meron ba dyan?
Meron ba?
Are we live?
Tingnan
Oh,
niya,
ikaw muna, Daren. Wait, I gotta check something upstairs. Ox lang kayo? Wait, Daren, ikaw magbasa. First time namin, no? Live chat. Look at that.
Harap
Wow.
mo.
Professional.
Ayan. Tanungin ko na ba? Kahit na wala pa si Rayms. Sige.
Nag-CR yata si Rayms.
Question for Sir Jett. Ano pong reaction nyo sa memes na nag-trend before gamit ang salamat?
Madami yan eh.
I didn't know that.
Madami yan, ang dami. It's all over. It's, ako na, aliw. I mean, really, I guess the song has made its mark through the years that people remember it for any given reason, diba? At any given moment that they'll make something out of it, you know.
Nasa zeitgeist na talaga kayo ng culture ng Philippines.
Lalim naman ng zeitgeist.
Diba? Parang ganun siya eh.
Google ko yung zeitgeist. Yeah, but yeah, feels good, really. You know, wag nilang gamitin sa masama or it feels good that people actually, you know, what do you call it? Relate to the song,
Yes.
you know, in many ways.
Okay, meron tayong ano lang, comment lang. Wow, long time with the legendary The Don. Just watched tulad ng dati a few days ago.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yun. Ayun, Rayms may tanong rin. Sir Raymond, patanong naman kay Sir Jett kung malaki influence sa kanila ng The Cure.
Yeah.
Kay Ted's.
Kay Teddy rin.
One of his favorites, The Cure.
I like The Cure even back in college, even before I joined the band.
Oh, my question is, what are your favorite bands of all time?
Ako, well, U2 is up
Ako,
there.
U2 Police.
U2 Police.
That's it.
Parang feeling ko The Don parang U2 ng Pinas.
How come
medyo, diba?
I can feel Van Halen from Jett?
Yeah,
I know it's not
that-
you, but
yun din.
I feel Van Halen energy.
I'm a big Eddie Van Halen fan.
See, I have this feeling na
Yeah.
nobody talks about it in the band, but
Yeah.
I feel that Van Halen
Yeah,
big
Van Halen.
stadium
Yep. David Lee Roth.
Lee Roth, yeah.
Ultimate Showman. Yeah.
Meron pa
Go.
bands?
Sige,
Okay,
sige.
next. Who wrote Salamat? From Paul Lester Baldoria.
All right. The band wrote the music. I wrote the words.
Is
That's basically it.
is that the most played song in your set?
Yes.
More than Enveloped Ideas? Or-
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Because if we don't play it,
It's your national anthem.
a riot will happen.
Is it always your last song? Is it always?
Naging first na yan.
Naging first
A few
sa pan. Let's get
times.
it over with.
yeah.
Because it's on the script or something for some
Yeah,
reason.
but it has to be on the set.
It has to be on the set. Okay.
I tried to not play Salamat once or twice before, and it didn't end well.
Balikbayan. Balikbayan!
People went crazy. They started throwing beer at each other. They were turning tables over.
Okay.
you
Let's
know.
play Salamat every show.
And I'm not exaggerating. It really happened. So it's like, okay.
I've been to your shows. Yes, that your audience is very passionate.
Yeah. So
Okay, from...
Wait, I've
sorry.
seen. I was in one of the album launches. Ganun ka fan, ano? SM North EDSA.
Oh, in the 80s to.
It was 88.
There
It was
was-
88, 89. You played a short set in the parking lot.
Parking lot.
Nag-riot yung audience, went to Odyssey Records, nagka-mosh pit sa Odyssey Records, and just like, I've never seen a mosh pit in Little Odyssey Records in SM North. Nabitin eh. Parang, what, 5 songs? Let's play 5 songs, walang salamat. Nagpunta sila doon. And then Odyssey played your record because it was the release, right? Nag-mosh pit, nagiba yung Odyssey.
Mas wild ba yung mga tao dati sa audio? Parang nakita ko yung clip nung before. Parang sobrang wild ng mga tao.
mas physical nun.
Nagwawala lahat sila.
Well, for one, there's no cell phones to distract them.
Yeah, true. I agree.
You know,
Sobrang wild
they were
ng
just
mga tao.
living in the moment. Kasi even back then, mahal yung camera eh. Cameras, you know, it's for people who had budget, di ba? Who had a few hundred or thousands to spare. Hindi naman lahat ng tao ganun.
It's a special acquisition. Not everybody had one.
So,
Yeah.
what are you gonna
That's
do?
true, ano?
Live in the moment. And
Grabe.
hoping na pag televised yun, makita ka sa camera, you know, but people didn't care then.
Parang saya lang eh.
It's
Saya
the
lang.
moment. Yeah.
Okay, next question. Okay, so next question. From Paul Sabil Guitar. What's Sir Jett and Sir Junboy's favorite The Dawn album and why?
Okay, ka muna.
Oh, hirap mamili. Kasi they're all, they become your baby, di ba? It's hard to choose. Well, if you're gonna make me choose, do not stand with you with the
It's a good one.
yeah. But lahat talaga they're all special babies.
Yeah, well, Junboy wrote the song "I Stand With You," so I guess that's why it's close to him. Ako, I would say "Prodigal Son," year 2000.
That's a great title. Tapos bumalik si Kiko.
Oh.
Naging 5 na yung icon eh. Alam ko yun ha. Uy, 5 na.
And the last one we ever did, 2018, Ascendant. I like
That's
that.
nice with Mon.
With Mon Legaspi.
Who made the icons? They're so awesome. Yung
He remembers the story.
the
those-
drawings. I love it.
I don't know about the accuracy of this, pero yung Stickmen, di ba, Under the Sun, that was presented to us by a friend of Junboy's sister, si Vanessa Hernandez.
Charlotte Roos.
Oh, Charlotte Roos. Shout
We
out.
belonged in a band called Charlotte Roos, and I think we wanted to make stickers or something. So gumawa si Vanessa ng study. I don't know where she got the Stickmen ideas.
That I don't remember at all.
It's like siguro yung mga alam mo yung mga prehistoric writings on the wall. Maybe she was inspired by that. I don't know. The Sun, yun ang, I think it was just an amalgamation of ideas from everyone
But it's so simple and so iconic.
Yeah.
Daren.
Hanggang ngayon yun pa rin yung natatandaan.
Yeah,
ko na,
and it's a great logo.
Oo. From Brian Takas official. Do you remember Bawat Bata?
Oh,
Of course.
Yes, the Apo tribute. Yes. We would play it sometimes.
Yes.
Oh.
I like that version.
I do, pero naalala ko it was pretty stressful kasi, di ba? Parang
it was kind of rushed.
we only had a few
yes.
days to,
Yes.
you know, to work on it. But yeah, it turned out well.
Siguro last questions. Tapos tayo may last question
Okay,
tayo.
sige.
Ganun. Okay, so...
Kasi may kwentong Raymond ako.
Ayun.
Oh,
yun.
no!
So sige,
Sige.
last na to. So from another one from Paul Sabil Guitar. So what's your opinion on buying physical albums before versus streaming music now?
Very good question. Well, coming from a guy like me, I grew up around music.
He had a record bar.
My mom managed a record bar.
Is it A to
And
Z?
so, no, sound off.
Sound
Harrison
off.
Plaza.
So it was
my neighborhood.
vinyl and cassettes were like
Part
you
of
know,
your life.
coffee and eggs to me. But parang normal na sa akin eh. I took it for granted. I was growing up. And then the Dawn became a band, we released our own vinyl and cassettes and CDs.
So siguro half my records
so all
were,
my
were
life-
purchased in store.
All my life is about physical albums eh.
I did not know that. Yung,
Diba? Yung-
that tita had that record store.
Tita Ochi.
So, for things to go streaming nowadays, mostly, di ba? Yeah, namimiss ko yung pagiging tangible ng album or any music product. Di ba yung bubuksan mo yung cellophane, tapos may inlay.
Yung artwork.
Oh,
Artwork.
You appreciate the cover. It's almost like bringing your artist home in a sense, di ba? But now everything is just on your phones and, laptops. So, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. Because for one, it doesn't clutter your house, di ba? Everything's in cyberspace. But yeah,
What do you play now? Do you play records now? or
yeah, I do. I have
streaming?
a small turntable at home.
Okay.
And a few collection of records. So, para sa akin, nostalgia na lang eh. Diba? But yeah, it would have been nice for the kids of today, na ma-experience nila yung panahon namin na we actually had physical,
I think they're yeah. That,
albums.
My kid is just started buying vinyl records.
Medyo bumalik siya.
Balik siya.
Nung lumabas yung CD, medyo na-disappoint na rin kami noon eh. Kasi parang,
Lumiit.
Yeah, I had your records. I had actual.
coming from
Vinyl.
that to this, parang, di ba? And then now, you can't really touch it. So, yeah, it's what it is, I guess. But of course, sound quality wise, leaps and bounds.
CD is the best. Tama ba?
Anything
Sabi?
digital,
Yeah.
for me, when someone says iba yung tunog ng vinyl, I think that's more nostalgia. Iba pa rin yung linis and the absolute, audio quality of digital, in my opinion.
Sabi rin ng mga engineers yun. Sorry. So, kwentong Rayms na tayo. Next.
Okay. Kasi, may time pa ba tayo? May time pa?
Oh, marami.
Raymond mentioned, the goth and the new wave movement. The eyeliner and the hair up to there, moments. May gig kami noon sa Club Dread. And this was not the Club
Oh
Dread
God, I remember
in
this.
EDSA.
Okay.
This was the Club Dread before that EDSA Club Dread. Yung nasa lower Timog. That hole in the wall. Where we'd always see Patrick.
Yeah.
and,
Timog. The original.
Reidenbach, yeah. And Robbie. I remember that. So we had a gig. So I guess wala na si Teddy noon. Because Club Dread, Kiko na yan eh. Diba?
Kiko
So,
yata.
so we were gonna play this song. I think it was Love Will Set Us Free. Or something. Basta may keyboard siya. May keyboard
It was
part.
love.
Tapos punong-puno yun. And then from out of the shadows, daming tao eh. This guy came running to the stage. Nakaputing polo. Na mahaba yung sleeves. Na halos takpan yung kamay niya. Hair up to there. And heavy eyeliner. This guy just went to the keyboard and started playing.
Playing love, as
We
I
didn't
remember.
call him. We didn't call him. He just went up there.
I didn't know that.
I knew of him, pero we were never introduced. Basta I know lang, pag may gig kami, nandun siya. And he started playing, tapos may moment pa na gumagano'n talaga siya. Yung, wow! Todo showmanship.
I'm so sorry.
So I didn't know how to react. Sabi ko,
No, it was
It was him.
him. It was an encore.
I just remember seeing somebody playing love
Nahihiya
on
ako,
the keyboard.
nahihiya ako. No, you had a keyboard player.
May keyboard.
It was
Don't know
Millet.
that.
si
Millet. That was Millet.
Okay.
And
Millet.
then you had a set but the audience wanted more.
Mm.
And then somebody said love, and then Millet said, no, I didn't rehearse that. So she stepped off stage.
Oh.
I was like,
Okay.
I know
Ako
that.
na.
They, in my head, they can't play that without the keyboards. They can't. They should. So
Hindi ko alam.
I'm so sorry.
Hindi ko alam yung pangalan niya. I didn't know him. But nakikita ko lang siya lagi sa Club Dread. I didn't even know if you had a band then.
That was the Heads. Yeah, we were there. The Heads.
Heads
were
na ba yun?
Heads na yun.
Oh, so...
But it was the like late 80s, 89, 90, maybe 91.
Baka 90, kasi Kiko na yun eh.
Si Kiko na. Si Kiko.
Because if that were the Heads, ikaw lang yung head na nakikita ko noon. I didn't
No,
see
we were
the-
all there. We were all always there.
So he just, sabi ko, okay. Then eventually,
Siya pala yun.
But eventually, I
Ano ba?
did get to play drums for the Dawn in one show in Quezon City. You were also climbing
wait.
mountains.
Oh, yes.
Nag-mountain climbing ka, and they
Oh,
had
yeah.
a
I used to
show.
climb mountains.
It was, I used to climb mountains.
Yes, hindi na kaya today. I'm too old.
And then it was in Quezon City, open air, yeah.
The whole set, right?
The whole set. I was
he even
there.
produced a
a
couple of songs
yeah,
for the Dawn.
with Buddy.
Yeah.
What can we expect in 2024 with the Dawn?
Well, we are being forced to
write.
write new songs. So,
Have you started anything yet?
yeah, may mga germs na.
Who starts
a few
it
ideas.
sa band these days? Kiko,
Anybody.
Sancho, you
Guitar.
Normally,
guitar.
there's a guitar riff. Ngayon. Oh.
in the studio, or do you guys send demos, emails? How does it work?
Nung pandemic,
these days?
ganun.
Sometimes, yeah.
But now, we can afford to, meet up physically sa headquarters.
What do you call the JB studio? Is there a name?
None.
Oh, dude, you
Wala
should
pa. Yeah, we
name
should
it
name it,
now.
right? You're
We should
right.
name. It's
We
been
should-
there forever. I've
Yeah, we
played
should
there. I've
name
been.
it. Yeah,
I've
Just
been
call
there.
it the music room. Kiko calls it the
name of-
headquarters.
What's the name of the street? It's Taft and
Taft.
Sandea sa likod.
may village, di ba? There's a little may daan.
Yeah. It's a compound.
compound.
Eh.
It's a compound.
Yeah.
New. Are you guys touring?
We're expecting. Hopefully.
Give me a call.
Yeah, o ba?
Give me a call.
Talaga?
Yes.
On
Even-
record yan, ha?
On not tape. But are you guys touring abroad this year?
Yeah.
Are there plans?
Yeah, we're looking at doing another US tour.
Cool.
Looking at it.
We
Yeah,
just came from the US.
Yeah, so we want to continue it. East Coast onwards. Hopefully Canada, yeah.
Daren.
And there are some inquiries for
Oh.
Europe, mga ganun. So, sana matuloy. Yeah.
Ako, sorry, wala naman, pero I would just like to thank Jett and JB again for...
Thank you. This has been a dream of mine because
And
I'm
Saint Wolves.
Saint Wolves.
Yeah,
Saint
sobrang
Wolves.
dami kong natutunan at the same time nag-enjoy ako sobra.
I can talk to them all day.
Oo nga eh.
Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
it. Thank you for
Thank you.
hanging out with us. Thank you.
Offstage hang.
Thanks, guys.
Nice.
That was fun.
Thanks, bro.
Thank
Sige
you.
lang ako.
The good old days, eh. no?
You know where